We're back with another episode of my Old OC redesign series. Last time we designed the jellyfish and talked a little bit about the odd sea turtle who follows her around. Well, this time, it's that very sea turtle we're redesigning. Right off the bat, the original design didn't really show any of the character's personality. It's a bit dull, and also just doesn't fit her, I feel like. She has kind of a sweet look in this original illustration, and I'm not really sure what I was going for there, but I recall this character being a bit crazy and not exactly the sweetest fish in the sea, so she definitely needed a little bit of work. This character is supposed to be a bit quirky and odd, and I wanted to amp up the gremlin factor with her new design. Now, sea turtles eat jellyfish, and that idea of them hunting jellyfish is kind of where I got the idea of the sea turtle character chasing after the jellyfish girl. So I kind of leaned into the hunter look for her new outfit. And of course I played around with the degree I wanted her to look like an actual hunter, and what I ended up settling with was something that kind of alludes to the idea of her being a hunter, but doesn't literally look like something she would hunt in. Played around with some different shapes that might give her the silhouette of a turtle being bigger in the mid area that the shell is in, and then more slender or smaller where the legs and the head are. So I tried out giving her a more bulky vest and different details like that, but I ended up not going with the full bulkiness that I thought about going with because I just didn't want her to look like she was swimming in a sweater vest. No pun intended. I was not a fan of her original haircut, so I played around with some different ideas, maybe giving her a ponytail or a cute little bob, just to make her a little more cute and a little more stylish, even if she is kind of a weirdo who doesn't fit in with what would be considered stylish. Her colors were originally very green because we tend to associate greens with turtles, but sea turtles in particular are not green. So I decided to give her more browns to be more accurate to the actual colors of a sea turtle, but I kept that vibrant green color for her hair to still reference the original color palette and not stray too far from it, even if her outfit is almost completely different in colors. I wanted to give her shirt a desert camo pattern because sea turtles have this kind of geometric pattern on their skin. It almost looks like little mini shells to protect them, and I thought this camo with the deeper brown spots on it would kind of allude to that pattern a little bit. coming up with her colors were not that easy because I'm not that good at working with browns. I don't know what it is about them, but I'm just never quite happy with the way they turn out when I use them. It's something I need to work on more because I love brown color palettes, just not when I do them. But I think the colors ended up looking alright and kind of give the idea I was going for, so I went with it. An element that I wanted to keep from her original design was her backpack, which was meant to give the shape of the shell of the turtle, which is kind of a necessity. So I kept the backpack and actually made it more rounded so that it looks even more like a shell. And I also ended up keeping her cargo pants, although I played around with the idea of giving her different ones. I just liked the idea of the cargo pants. They kind of added to that hunter-ish kind of look and add some extra detail to her silhouette so she's not too plain. And cargo pants are just fun. I mean, all of those pockets are so useful. In the original drawing, she kind of looks like she's ready to go on a hike or something, but I ended up with an outfit that was more casual, normal to be wearing on a daily basis, and a little bit quirky and unusual, which I personally like better. It almost looks like she's trying to be fashionable or cute, but just doesn't really know anything about fashion. But hey, I support that idea of wearing whatever you feel comfortable in and not worrying about what's actually fashionable, so go her. What's kind of funny to me is that my sister actually wears some clothes that are kind of like these, except somehow my sister makes these clothes look way more cool and classy. I guess it helps that she doesn't exactly pair camo with this kind of a look. I switched out her original flats that made no sense with the rest of her outfit with some bulky hiking boots. Not only do the boots add to the hunter vibe I was going for, but they also have kind of a bulkiness to them that does kind of remind me of how big sea turtles' legs are. She did end up looking more mischievous and playful, which is exactly what I was going for. So although this isn't my favorite design that I've made so far of these, it kind of worked out in that it does have the elements that I was going for, and I do think her hairstyle ended up being pretty cute. As I mentioned in the last video, this sea turtle is pretty much the opposite of the jellyfish character. She's much more energetic, seems nice enough, but doesn't really get along with others very well because she's pretty odd and not super self-aware. People tend to think she's a bit much, especially the jellyfish. Rather than trying to beat her social awkwardness and make real friends, she tends to just follow around and cling to the jellyfish, who she thinks is completely adorable and can't get enough of, although the jellyfish girl can definitely get enough of the sea turtle. While this character may not be exactly popular, sea turtles are a pretty popular creature. So maybe this turtle comes from a pretty well-known family. Maybe the reason she's so odd is because she's rebelling against the idea that she has to be a perfect little princess like the rest of her family. While her connection to her family is clearly not enough for her to be popular, she doesn't exactly mind being a social outcast. It's better than acting like everyone else. Besides, with her mischievous side, she can make her own fun. With the turtle done, I think the hermit crab or angelfish will be next. Let me know what you think of this character in the comments, and which of those you're more interested in seeing next. I think the characters that are left to redesign didn't have much of a cemented story, so we can play around with those ones a lot more and come up with things from scratch. I changed her name from Tella to Tessa. It sounds a little less like the word turtle, but it also sounds cuter, in my opinion. Thanks for stopping by my comfy little bear cave, and I'll see you in the next one.